This is Trevor One, and on the 61st anniversary of the very first episode, it's time to join an afternoon of sports with Trevor Lynham in Grandstand. Good afternoon. 61 years ago, a British sporting institution was born. The debut episode of Grandstand, which meant Saturday afternoon's telly, was taken care of. Sadly, the decision was made to pull Grandstand from our airways back in 2007, but this February we resurrected it, and on its 61st birthday today, we have an absolute treat for you. We will be bringing you highlights of last night's football action between the Czech Republic and England. Can England make one step closer towards Euro 2020? We've got highlights of that coming up next. In our main feature here at Grandstand today, we have Rugby World Cup action between England and France, where we're bringing you the full game live here on Grandstand, and over in Japan for us is Trevor McLaren today. We will be taking time out here in half-time in the rugby to bring you our usual horse racing, and we'll be bringing you the 250 from Palm Coast. So in the rundown on what we've got for you here today on Grandstand as well, we've got football action with the Czech Republic versus England, highlights of their crucial Euro 2020 qualifier as well. At 1:30 we're going to go over to watch the first half of England versus France here in the Rugby World Cup Pool C stage match as well. 2:45 we're going to move over to Palm Coast to join Trevor O'Sullivan for the 250 and some horse racing action, before we return in time to catch the second half of England versus France here live. And then at 4 o'clock we'll be with you with final scores, with all the scores of the day. So this is Grandstand. I guess you'd be wondering that where it's all started. Well, Grandstand has always started the same way over the years. They've always started with the focus on football, and that's what we're going to do today. And we're going to start off with highlights of last night's Euro 2020 qualifier between England and the Czech Republic, and in the Sinobo Stadium to bring us all the action is Trevor Motson.
England's already starting to press and dominate the ball here today. Here's Kane. He seems to enjoy a slightly deeper role for England. This is Jadon Sancho looking for Kane! And it's as simple as that. England have the breakthrough. And what could start to be a fantastic Friday night of action here for England. Harry Kane found himself ahead of the Czech Republic captain here. And that's a good header for Harry Kane. Oh, he's a man that just continues to score goals and goals and goals for England as well. And that one he'll enjoy celebrating. There might be a little bit of belief that perhaps this might be the best opportunity for a major tournament victory. Here's Henderson. England seeing all the ball at the moment. Kane. Oh, that's a great pass looking for Sterling. That's a good stop in the end. But England have still got the ball. Here's Rose. Looking for Sancho! Oh, it was just a fraction wide. Good football by England. Jadon Sancho's header in the end off target. Just waiting for Sancho and Sterling to really sort of let their inhibitions go and run at these Czech Republic wing-backs, because I don't think they could live with them if that was the case. Dele Alli. Sterling. Does he want that onto his right foot, or is he going to find Dele Alli with an opportunity to potentially cross? Dele Alli does cross. The header is away, only as far as Dyer. Walker now. Now it's Henderson! And Vaklik makes the save. And he had to. Vaklik here had to get to this. Henderson's turn, left-footed. Well, it's a little bit like the goal that he got against Leicester for Liverpool. Goalkeeper will be pleased, but you'd expect him to save that. Vaklik here, getting involved. Danny Rose take the corner here. Running short here is Sterling. And it will be picked up by Sterling. And Sancho can turn and can finish fantastically. That was so cool. Jadon Sancho for England. And it's 2-0 now. And he found himself with all the time in the world. Was able to control, turn, and that is a fantastic finish, that. But the touch to set himself in, and he couldn't believe the room that he had in the Czech Republic area. Yankto, Pavlika, Souček again. Czech Republic really pressuring England here for the first time, and there was the centre forward with the shot, and it was straight at Jordan Pickford. This is Sancho with instant control. Good areas now. Kyle Walker supporting him. Here's Henderson. This is Dyer. This is Kane. Kane tried to flick it up and try something rather audacious. Hasn't worked out. But there is Kyle Walker to make the interception. Henderson again. Harry Kane wants it. Has got it here. Back to Henderson again. And the pass through for Dele Alli. Oh, that is a fine goal. That is a fine goal by England. An absolute joy to watch. And Dele Alli finishes it and puts England 3-0 up tonight. Well, look at this by Kane. Lovely flick to Jordan Henderson, and then it was through from Dele Alli, making an excellent run from deep. He couldn't miss. A cool finish past the goalkeeper. And Gareth Southgate feel that one of his trips, more daunting away trips here in his qualification campaign, could be coming to a close. The 63rd minute of the match, they lead 3-0. Guard who press for England in the World Cup, and that header is by Rashford, and it went wide. Well, that would have been the icing on top of the cake. Rashford will feel he probably should have done better there. In fact, he knows he should have done better there. One throw back to Harry Maguire. Him and John Stones have been largely untroubled today. Here's Rashford. Oh, shooting opportunity. No, to Lingard, and that was deflected. And we'll have a corner. And you thought that Rashford may have a go, but he's just lacking a bit of confidence here. Lingard tried to have a go. Well, it's very much job done for England tonight. They've been very impressive and take all 3 points and a clean sheet to go with them. The Czech Republic, in truth, couldn't live with England's ability to retain the ball. It has been their key problem. But Dele Alli capped off a wonderful team move, and England have played some scintillating football tonight. I'm sure everybody can enjoy the rest of their weekend. 3 points taken. England will go to Bulgaria on Monday, hoping to seal their place in Euro 2020. At the Sonovo tonight, it was the Czech Republic 0, England 3.
Well, after that victory, let's have a look at what this does for the group. You can see England here are miles ahead in this group and will be assured of their qualification if they beat Bulgaria on Monday. Czech Republic, Kosovo look to be the other two sides within this group, hoping to get through to the playoffs. Well, it's time for our main feature today, and while the Cricket World Cup may have captured the hearts of this nation, the Rugby World Cup being played on the other side of the world is just boiling under the surface. But a good performance by England today could change all that. they are already assured of a quarter-final place, which puts them one better than the last World Cup after the disaster with defeats at Twickenham to Wales and to Australia. Here today for England, though, they play a France side that on their day can produce World Cup magic and have done in the past, but a struggle this year. A heavy defeat to England in the Six Nations earlier this year. France scraped through against Tonga in the last game as well. It should be an interesting battle because the French always turn up against England. In Tokyo for us to bring us this game is Trevor McLaren.
Good afternoon to you here from Tokyo in the Rugby World Cup, and it is the showdown between England and France to end the group. Both sides should through to the quarter-finals, but both coaches deciding to field their strongest sides as well, as memories have been made. And the important fact that no side that has won the Rugby World Cup has gone through and lost a group stage game. France nil the match to leave them over, and the big number 8, Lewis Picamel, seemed to be their main man here for them. And Owen Farrell here for England will kick things off for fly half. And away here in the Rugby World Cup action as well. Good take again by Mystery, the second row. Into the tackle straight away here though. And it's England with a turnover here. Then Youngs, Jonathan Joseph now, Jack Noel with the pace, he's able to go through again as well, clattering through, and the player, there's a man outside, Jonathan Joseph goes for the line! Try for England. A fantastic start here. It's a fine moment here, but Jack Noel, good to see him back from injuries, well, absolutely clattering. Vakatawa, the winger here as well, and in the end, it was a simple drive for the line, and in that position there, Jody was never going to lose the ball. Look at that, absolutely clattered Vakatawa here, and England have the opening score here. Owen Farrell. Against Argentina, his shooting boots went missing, but he did take a rather large knock to the face. England will be hoping that there are no serious injuries as well. England's pretty favourable. And it's 2 more points. France again piling in as well. In goes Camille Lopez to fly half as well. As in Sanquani as well. Ball's out! Out wide here. Big number 4. Like Hamimwa going through. And he's brought down on the 5-metre line here though. Big second was eventually brought down as well. A nice little turn here by the scrum half, Serien of France as well. But it's still French ball here. Looking dangerous as well. Silimani powering through again. And Silimani again is brought down just about a metre here from England's line. Big defensive moment required by England as well. And try! And a big try here in the Rugby World Cup for France. And it's the hooker Girardeau that's got it. Oh, there's a big strap with Silimani here. The big prop here that was eventually brought down as well. Poirot came in as well. And when the scrum half played it back, Silimani was too powerful and smashed his way through that England defence. It's been a joy to watch here this game so far. These opening 11.5 minutes have been pulsating, and now with a converted try, if France can convert the kick, we're level. Serien, the scrum half here to take. And this could, if he gets this, and you'd expect it at top Test match rugby level to make this. We're all square in Tokyo now. England here with good ball as well. Out to Ben Youngs as well. Jonathan Joseph, the try scorer. Jamie George as well to Johnny May. Little pass inside to Elliot Daly. Just powering through. Can he get past this French line? It's Daly going all the way through. Just about 10 metres away as well. England piling in. retaining possession as well. That's a fine job as well. Ben Youngs is across. Dan Cole. Jack Noel will be brought down. Big number 8, Lewis Pickermoles against him as well. Jack Noel gets past him and is brought down just on the halfway line. Advantage taken here by Leons. This is Maka Vinapolo with the power. Maka Vinapolo with the power to go over. Try for England. Well, that was impressive rugby here. Eventually Jack Noel brought down by Camille Lopez as well. Youngs with the ball out. Vinapolo 1/2 and over. Strong performance, but an incredibly powerful. Oh, the big prop here for England, doing the business. Wasn't going to be stopped, ran right through Poirot. It is shaping up here to be a rather fascinating game. Farrell is ready. Just the 3-man line out here for England. And the ball took an age to come down, but it has come down in the end. The throw is long and hasn't worked out very nicely. Owen Farrell is brought down and looks to be in some pain here. Lewis Pickermoles with the challenge on Farrell. With everything that's been made in this tournament, one wonders why Nigel Owens hasn't made a decision to caution Pickermoles.
Advantage is over.
Powerful move. Jonathan Jones challenging in as well. Maul called here by the referee. France here though making strong down and pushing England further and further back. The advantage is over here. 10 minutes to go till half time. Scrum half Serine is over it as well. Out on the far post and he's going to score here. Vakatawa! And France again respond to the English challenge. And we're level again in Tokyo. And we're boiling here to a Rugby World Cup classic at the moment. A pass, and when it came to Vakatawa here though, he had all the desire to spite a desperate dive from Ben Youngs. There's a try for France. With the opportunity to kick and to draw the game level. Laws will be disappointed. Vakatawa were delighted. Once again, Serine here, the scrum half with the opportunity. France having double the possession, so it lets you know just how much England have had to defend here in this contest. And we're all square. Lewis jumping in here though into the ruck. Maka Vinapolo again with the power. Look at him go, Vinapolo for the line. Oh, it's a fantastic challenge. But England have just about kept the hold of the ball as well. Everybody diving in here as well. Ben Young standing ready. Dan Cole. Johnny May! Yes! Over for the line just before half time. Fine work. Well, look at this as well. This is good work. Young spreading the play wide. Dan Cole, lovely little pop pass, and Johnny May taking advantage of dreadful French defending, running home here to score. In the Rugby World Cup, England will be delighted with that. It's Mayday for England. And George Ford, Owen Farrell's replacement. Opportunity to make his first meaningful contribution to the game. There is a strong wind. Can he read the situation? Woo! Perfectly. 21-14. Well, that's half-time here from Tokyo as well. England 21-14 up here against France as well. A pulsating second half awaited you. But as for now, let's go back to the studio and join Trevor Lynham.
Well, we'll be coming back here for the second half in this Rugby World Cup thriller between England and France as well. But we're going to move over to our usual dose of horse racing action here, as we always have on Grandstand as well. And to take you through the 250 Palm Coast here, as always, it's Trevor O'Sullivan.
Welcome here to this Palm Coast race here over the mile. It's going soft in some places as well, when Dettori seems to be the man to go for in this race. He is on none other than Stutter Train, and they're away here in the first race here that we have for you in Grandstand as well. And straight away you can see that Muddy Treble's gone into lead. Agnamic Butter has gone in. Jules Faith here in third place as well. Dettori comes through in Stutter Train in third place. Jules Faith dropped down to fourth as well. Muddy Treble here, they're just holding the lead from Agnamic Butler as well. And Stutter Train in third place as well. Winners Friday, Prize Palace, Fast Function and Clock Certainty as well, coming through to make up the final 8 as well. Muddy Treble leads in now. Agnamic Butler comes through as well, and Jules Faith here making an early charge here to get through to the line as well. Stutter Train back into 5th place as well as we get through into the 1700 mark in this round. Jules Faith here making an early break for it as well. Agnamic Butler comes through again, and now here comes the number 8 here running through, and Stutter Train is trying to make a movements as well, and there you go, Agnamic Butler is through. Prize Palace and Jules Faith here, so Jules Faith going up into 2nd place. Agnamic Butler is in 1st place. Prize Palace here in 3rd as well. Stutter Train the favourite in 4th as well. Agnamic Butler here the 2nd favourite, leading at the moment here as we bank round the corner. 1200 metres left of this race. Agnamic Butler here continuing to go. Jules Faith here making a move as well, and here comes another option behind them as well. In 3rd place is Stutter Train. Stutter Train and Frankie Dettori here is making his move here. Prize Palace is following him back as well, and Agnamic Butler here leads. Stutter Train now has the lead. Agnamic Butler and Stutter Train here just drawing for it as well. Jules Faith is in that mix as well. This is our leading pack here as we get round to the 800 metre mark of this race as we stand. Agnamic Butler here with the lead. Stutter Train in 2nd place. Jules Faith in 3rd. Prize Palace in 4th. Fast Function has gone his way up to 5th, and Winners Friday here is up into 6th as well. Muddy Treble 7th, and Deadline Doubt here moving into 8th. This is our top 8 at the moment as we come round towards the final bend here of this race as well, when Agnamic Butler here is making the move here on Stutter Train. Dettori here on Stutter Train will need to think about fighting back. Can he get the horse to fight back as well? He's making his comeback now, and he's gone through, round through the corners as they approach the final straight as well. Stutter Train with the lead over Agnamic Butler. Jules Faith in 3rd place. Stutter Train here though with a lead of a length for Agnamic Butler here as well. They're holding through the lateral charge. Final furlong left of the race as well. Stutter Train here with the lead. Can he hold it on Agnamic Butler as well? Dettori riding Stutter Train. Can he take it through in the race? And he's going to come through, and he's going to win. And that is a great ream here in the Palm Coast race for Stutter Train and Frankie Dettori. That was a good race, but the favourite wins it. Well done. Well, here's a confirmation of the 250 Palm Coast here as well. 1st place was Stutter Train, ridden by Frankie Dettori. Well, 2nd place, Agnamic Butler here as well, ridden by Murphy as well. 3rd place was Jules Faith, that was by Todd Hub as well. 4th was Prize Palace, that was ridden by Corey as well. Coming in 5th was Winners Friday, and 6th was Fast Function.
Well, another win for Dettori. He's got a habit of making a name for himself here on Grandstand over the years as well. Can England, though, make a name for themselves as well? They've still got the second half here live from Tokyo. I guess it's time we go back to our old man in the gantry for the rest of the afternoon. It's Trevor McLaren.
Thank you and welcome back here. This Rugby World Cup Pool C game here between England and France as well. French very much here, and this is a great one actually by their wing-back Dulin. Dulin goes right deep here though, just towards the England 22. Law's piling in here into Vinipolo as well. Youngs is standing clear. Daly is in as well. This is Youngs. This is George Ford. Straight away brought down by Serin here of France as well. But England's front row with the power to keep the ball here in the ruck as well. Young's out wide, Vinapolo. Jonathan Joseph again, goes wide to Johnny May, who's up against Girardo. And he's got past Girardo, May. Out wide to Ford, who's brought down. England pile in again, Dan Coles goes in as well. Here's Jack Noel again, and can Jack Noel find some pace? Yes, he can. Jack Noel charging through for England as well, and going again. Can he get to the line? I don't think anything will stop him. I don't think anybody will catch him, and try. Well, what a start for England in the second half, and Jack Noel's recovery from injury showing real promise there. Look at this, a fantastic run. Just caught it here though. Wingback Dulin that made that great burst into the English area. Unable to get past Noel, who goes over. That is a fine try. Oh, that'll be worth another look. And just look at this run. Dulin here as well. Just waiting. Shows him the wrong way. He keeps going. He's got one eye for under those posts. Excellent stuff. George Ford come on to replace Farrell at fly half. This is just about an easy as kick as you get in test match rugby. He's going to cook this, obviously. And they lead by 2 converted tries. And Young stand ready here though to Itoji, and Itoji jumping through again, and England at the moment all the power here and pace and procedure they're against France at the moment. Back to George Ford. Is he going to kick for goal? Oh, it's fallen wide here though. And France are going to claim this surely. Oh, they're not! Oh, Ben Youngs with the try! Oh, you scarcely believe that. That is dreadful by France. Ben Youngs has got a try. He never dreamed of it. Was his drop goal attempt that ended up drifting wide into the gap. French defensively shut down here. Didn't realise. Well, I have no answer for that. Ben Youngs here though. Look at this. I'm going to kick it. It's gone wide. It wasn't a very good drop goal attempt, mind you. You have to ask Vakatapwa and company. He was the man that's likely to go here as well. Sankoni as well, the flanker. Well, George Ford has been given one easy kick. I reckon this is even easier, even with the headwind now, which is really coming across the stadium. This should be 35-14. And it's 3 converted tries. That's the lead. Well, England have been absolutely ruthless here today. A well-deserved victory against France as well, who faded as this game went on. England walk out of Pool C with the perfect records and another bonus point, and they beat France here by 35 points to 14. What a performance by Eddie Jones's men, and what a performance for England. They are starting to look like real contenders for this Rugby World Cup. I guess it's time to hand back to you, Trevor Lynham, in the studio, with England marching on here in the Rugby World Cup.
Well, after that fantastic victory by England, let's have a look at Pool C and how the table looks at the moment. And we can see here that England have amassed another bonus point and played 4-1-4, 17 points. Quarter-final qualification as well, and starting to come to the boil very nicely after a very difficult start to 2019, starting to finish the year well. France are going to get through with victory in their final game. Argentina, sadly, it looks like their World Cup is probably over. Well, now it's time for us to move over to final score. And we have just one result to bring you here from international qualification at the moment. And we can confirm that the Republic of Ireland have beaten Georgia by 1-0. So it looks as if the Republic of Ireland have made a real step in their recovery to their way to making their way to Euro 2020. Well, it's time to bring you all the full-time results, and to do that, it's time to, we're always on Grandstand, hand over to Trevor Gudgeon.
Sky Bet League 1. Blackpool 1, Rotherham 1. Bristol Rovers 0, MK Dons 2. Oxford United 0, Doncaster 0. Peterborough United 2, Lincoln City 0. Rochdale 0, Accrington and Stanley 1. Southend United 2, Wimbledon 3. Sky Bet League 2. Carlisle 1, Crewe Alexandra 1. Cheltenham 0, Newport 2. Crawley United 3, Colchester 3. Exeter 2, Forest Green 1. Leyton Orient 0, Walsall 1. Macclesfield 0, Port Vale 3. Mansfield 1, Oldham 4. Morecambe 0, Bradford 0. Salford 1, Cambridge United 0. Scunthorpe 0, Northampton 0. Stevenage 2, Grimsby 0. Swindon 3, Plymouth 0. Panorama National League. Flight 1, Sutton United 1. Aldershot 0, Hartlepool 2. Barnet 0, Woking 6. Barrow 3, Dover 1. Eastleigh 1, Chorley 1. Ebbsfleet 0, Maidenhead United 3. Halifax Town 1, Boreham Wood 1. Notts County 0, Torquay 0. Stockport United 1, Dagenham and Redbridge 3. Yeovil 1, Harrogate 0.
Well, let's have a look at the tables here after those results as well. Ipswich remain top on League 1 despite not playing today as well. Wycombe remain in second place as well. Fleetwood, Coventry, Sunderland and Blackpool are all around in the playoff places as well. Bolton remain rooted to the bottom of the table after their administrative deductions by the Football League. They remain on -9 as well. Wimbledon and Southend and Tranmere hitting there as well, and Portsmouth as well are yet to be in single digits as well. No 20 full spots, sadly that would have been for Bury, but after their expulsion, 23-team league this season in League 1. Top of League 2 is Exeter, and they are making a real promotional charge here after 12 games as well. And Crewe and Cheltenham and Forest Green seem to be there as well. It's very tight, but Exeter definitely pulling away at the top. At the bottom, it's tough times for Morecambe, Scunthorpe and Stevenage that remained rooted to the bottom of the Football League as well. Leyton Orient, Oldham and Mansfield also find themselves there. The class of 92 back, Salford are 18th here on 11 points. And the National League, Bromley march clear as well. They have a point difference over Halifax and Yeovil as well. Plucky Woking remain in 4th place as well, ahead of Barnet, who they beat today as well. The bottom of the conference, Chorley, Ebbsfleet, Chesterfield and Aldershot make up the bottom 4 as well. Problems for Aldershot as well after their heavy defeat as well. And Sutton United here looked like they're potentially, despite being the cup darlings of many years ago, struggling there. A reminder that we will be back with Match of the Day. That's next Saturday, and our main game we'll be bringing you is the North West derby here between Manchester United and Liverpool. Hope you'll join us for that. Well, there we go, at the end of Grandstand's 61st birthday. What a fitting way for it to end than England's rugby men winning, as well as England's men's football team as well, also being victorious as well. If you've enjoyed today, then please like and subscribe to the channel as well. Helps all the encouragement we need to make these videos as well. It has been a privilege to bring Grandstand back as well, and I guess we'll leave you just for the last time those famous credits, and we'll hopefully see you next week for Match of the Day. From all of us here at Grandstand, have a pleasant evening. Bye-bye.